Hi. Happy Saturday. I am looking beautiful today. Happy Saturday. I hope you guys had a great week. Happy second day of March. This live is for all of my girls in here who have a goal to lose weight. This March 4-week push challenge, really, we have people who have all kinds financial goals, business goals, but there are so many in here who have physical goals, weight loss specific goals, that I wanted to take some time and go through some important points. I have a love for the journey of the weight loss, and I once was where you are mentally, and I want you to understand, I really want to convey the mental aspects of weight loss that is 100% necessary to understand and conquer before you will lose the weight. So because we have so many who have set goals to lose weight, I wanted to take a few minutes, probably a half an hour, to go through some key pieces, key strategies, key points for you to kind of digest while you are working towards this goal. So I know Saturday at 10 o'clock is probably not a great time for everybody, but Deegan made plans for me last night when I planned on going live, so I wasn't able to hop on. So here I am today. If you catch the replay, comment replay, get a pen, get a piece of paper, and I want you to write down some notes. So I'm going to dive right in, and I hope that I'm able to convey everything that I want to. So get yourself a piece of paper, get yourself a pen, and write things down. The first thing that one of the most important parts of understanding your weight loss journey is that there is no end date. We have to stop focusing on an end. We set goals, and it's good to say, I want to lose a certain amount of weight, or I want to do this, and give yourself a goal, put a time stamp on it, okay? But when it comes to our health and weight loss, the problem with, one of the reasons that we typically fail is because we focus too much on the end date and the finish line, and not so much on the day, the 24 hours in front of us. So if we give ourselves, for this week is a 4-week push, right? So you start out really motivated. I'm going to use the word motivated and excited, and we're doing good. We're hitting our goals. We're checking things off. And then like week 2, we're maybe not as motivated, and we say, well, we have a couple weeks left till I have to hit my goal, and we don't have a good day. And then maybe we don't have another good day. And then we get on the scale and we realize we only lost like 1 pound, or we could have even gone up. And it's like, it's all over because I only have 2 weeks left to hit my goal, or 1 week left to hit my goal, and I'm not going to do it. We focus too much on the finish line. Yes, I want you to timestamp it, but I don't want you to focus on the finish line. Your health journey has no end date. Your goal is to be healthy for the rest of your life. So we don't go all in to reach a goal, and then once we hit that date, revert back to old ways, because that's how you yo-yo. That is how you lose weight and gain weight. That is not a healthy lifestyle. That is a all or nothing yo-yo diet. So what we have to do is come to the understanding that this journey, your health journey, is forever. You want to be healthy for the rest of your life. The reasons why will change. Right now, you have young kids, you want to keep up with them, you want to feel better. As you get older, your kids maybe are grown. Now you have grandkids, you want to keep up with your grandkids. Like, you want to live a long, healthy life. Like, whatever the reasons, Your goal is to be healthy for the rest of your life. We put timestamps on certain goals to try and to allow us this dial to turn up, to go all in, to, for seasons of our life to really get us to where we want to go. But ultimately, our goal is to be healthy forever. Forever. So, we need to focus on winning 24 hours at a time. That is it. When you start to focus on 24 hours in front of you, like they're the only 24 hours you have left, you will do what you can to achieve your goals. So today, the only thing you should be focusing on is today. What can you do today to get you closer to your goal? You can drink your water. You can move your body. You can take some time and journal, set some intentions. You can, what are the things that you can do today that you can check off on your list and say, I did this. And then tomorrow we start new. Because if we say, oh, we still have 4 weeks to reach our goal, I can kind of slack today. If today is not my best day, no big deal. And if tomorrow's not my best day, no big deal, because I still have 3.5 weeks. We can't look at it like that. We have to look at it like we only have 24 hours in front of us, and what can we do to win those 24 hours? Because winning 24 hours at a time will add up to be a lot of wins, and that's when you start to see the changes happen. This journey will not all be rainbows and sunshine. Like this, your weight loss journey, your healthy journey will not be all rainbows and sunshine. Not every day will be, oh my gosh, I'm so motivated. Motivation is BS. This is another tagline I want you to write down. Another key point. Motivation is BS. It's never there when you need it. It only shows up during the good rainbows and sunshines. This journey will be hard. There will be days when it sucks. There will be difficult situations that you will find yourself in that it's like, I don't want to do this. But you know that in order to reach a healthy lifestyle, change these habits, you have to do them. That is discipline. We can no longer rely on motivation. You cannot do something based off of how you feel in that moment. What we need to do is make decisions based off of how we want to feel. I don't always love working out. I don't always love going through it, but I'm not making a decision based off of how I feel right now, unmotivated, not wanting to do it, but I'm making a decision based off of how I want to feel after I do it. I feel good. I feel clear. I feel lighter. I feel healthy. Mentally, I feel great. Physical movement has more correlation with your mental health than you even understand. It is so directly connected that if you feel in a funk, you feel like you are down, depressed, you are angry, you are anxious, move your body because it will directly affect that. So, once we start to implement, the goal is to implement these habits to become part of our identity. Because we can't be the person we are today and we have to become a person who lives the lifestyle that you want. Like the Jessica today is completely different than the Jessica from 1.5 years ago. I had to transform who I am. I don't have the same habits. I don't have the same routine. I don't have the same thought processes. I don't have none of who I am today is the same as who I was 1.5 years ago. And I had to go through that transformation in order to release that weight. You have to stop trying to be who you are today minus this weight. You want to change who you are, you want to change the physical aspect of you, you have to change the mental aspect of you. You have to go through a transformation because you can't be who you are today. So start thinking on my perfect day, what does it look like? Write it down. I am at my perfect weight, at my perfect whatever. What does that look like? What are you doing? Who are you? What does your day look like? Are you getting up early and working out? How are you incorporating movement? How are you incorporating workouts? What are you eating? And then we have to start showing up as that person now. The goal is to not just reach a weight. Our goal is to create habits that will then, that the weight loss part of it will just be a bonus. But your mental health will increase. Your physical health, you'll feel better. The goal is to feel, because if we have to enjoy the journey, we only get one life. This is it. And we can't say, well, when I reach the goal that I've set, my life will be perfect. I'll be so happy. I'll be thin. I'll be looking good. I'll just be so happy. Guess what? Your size has nothing to do with your happiness. Your mental health has everything to do with your happiness. And so if we can work on your physical health and your mental health, you will learn that you can find joy in the journey to reaching those goals. Because happiness and joy is something that we create for ourselves, not these outside things, not a number on a scale, not a pant size, not somebody. We create this joy. So choose to find joy in the journey. Wake up and say, I get to work on myself. We only get one chance at this. And so I get to take the time to invest in myself, to become my best self, to become the best version of me. What does that look like? That looks like spending time with myself, listening to myself, my thoughts. That means fueling my body with good food, not my kids' scraps. That means making a meal that I get to enjoy, that, it's fueling my body. Healthy food can taste good. What does that look like? It's moving, it's getting outside, getting some fresh air, because I know that I feel so good when I'm outside. That is so incredibly important for your joy, for the way that you want to feel, the happiness that you want to feel. Because you could go through all this work and reach that goal and still not be joyful, still not be happy, still not feel spark. We want to enjoy the process, enjoy the journey. Setting realistic expectations. This is something that is so incredibly important. Stop self-sabotaging. Stop setting yourself up for failure. We can say, I want to lose 50 pounds this year. But if I'm only willing to change 10% of my current routine, you'll be lucky to lose 5. Because like I said, you cannot stay who you are today with your same habits, your same routines, and reach the goals that you set. You have to transform. You have to go through the process of changing who you are to become a person who lives at this caliber, who lives with these standards. Somebody who is, maybe whatever your weight loss goal is, 10 pounds less, 20 pounds less, 50 pounds less. Somebody who is mentally just working on themselves and really digging deep is not somebody who's fueling themselves with, fast food, who's not, binging Netflix all the time, who's, they're creating space for themselves to sit with themselves and think with themselves. They're setting intentions for their day. So if you want to become that person, whatever that dream life looks for you, in order to become that person, we have to change our current routine. So are we setting realistic expectations? If you only want to lose 5 pounds and this is how you want to do it, fine. But we can't say, I want to do all of this, but I'm only willing to change this. I want to change 100%, but I'm only willing to do 10%. So do your actions, are they aligned with your goals? Are you willing to do all of the work that is necessary to achieve what it is that you want? The change that you want to see, are you willing to change your routine? It's funny, a lot of times it's not crazy, but sometimes the thought process is we don't want to change. We want change, but we're not willing to change. That's why it's called change, because we have to do different. We have to become different. We can't say we want to change and not actually do the work to change. You're going to become a different person. You're going to think differently. You're going to act differently. You're going to fuel your body differently. You're going to have different standards because change is required to change, ironically. Long-term consistency. We tend to be like squirrels. We start something and then we're like, oh, look over here. Something new and shiny and better is over here. Oh, and then you start that. Oh, and then we move over here. Long-term consistency. It is nothing earth-shattering. It is not anything that is, it's not a lot of brain power that's required. It is just doing the daily task. Sometimes it can be super monotonous or kind of boring. I've talked to moms who have been like, I feel like I get bored. Well, guess what? Boredom is where the change happens. Boredom is where you know that you're doing the things, it will show up. It's when you change and pivot in that boredom that you are sabotaging and starting all over. Do you know how many times I've tried every diet on the market? Like the Mediterranean diet, the keto diet, the South Beach diet, all the things, because I did them and I'd see a little bit of success and then I'd be like, oh, but this isn't like long-term lifestyle change. Like I'm not going to do this forever. We have to just stay focused, be consistent for a long period of time. Like we have to just have this kind of like contract with ourselves that we're not going to break, that I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this work forever. There is no end date. The contract is my lifetime. And I'm going to show up every day and do this work. I am going to choose to find the joy in the journey of watching my life change and become who I want to become. There are some feelings that will come up during this. Loneliness is real. I want you to understand that. Loneliness is real. If you feel like you're starting this journey and your life is kind of starting to change, and which means like some relationships are changing, it is definitely a mental thing that you're going to come to terms with. But I want you to understand that these feelings are valid and real. It's because you're going through a shift, which is going to drudge up some things. Then, like, I remember going to the gym just feeling like I'm lonely. But it's because I'm so hyper focused on myself. But I needed to feel that. I needed to understand. I also needed to create boundaries. And so this will allow you to reevaluate when you're in that space of like, oh, wow, things really are changing. You can then create boundaries and you have a new chapter to write. How do you want it to look? What do you want your relationship with your spouse to look like? What do you want your relationship with your friends to look like? What do you want your work life to look like? Like you can reevaluate in this space because you are now thinking differently. And so those feelings are all valid and you can use them not as a negative. Like a lot at first I was like, ooh, this is bad. This is the pit of death moment where you're like, do I keep going or do I revert to my old ways because it's comfortable? And if you keep going, you then can use this as a learning tool to reevaluate what you want life to look like. What do you want these boundaries to look like? How do you want to handle these things? And it's not a bad thing. You can use these as a good thing. A regret will kill us. And when you decide to do something, this was huge for me. And when you say you're going to do something for somebody else, we don't cancel. We feel terrible if we do. Okay? When we set expectations for ourselves and we say we're going to do something and you don't do it, how long do you beat yourself up? How much brain space, and energy do you then release on regret? And how often, how long do you beat yourself up for it after? How much brain space is wasted on you being so convicted that you didn't do it? For me, it's a lot. If I say I'm going to do something and I don't do it, it literally affects me all day. If I say I'm going to get up in the morning and do morning miles and I don't do it, I literally regret it all day. I think about it all day. If we can learn to trust ourselves and have the confidence in ourselves and do what we say we're going to do, we then give up that regret and trade it in for confidence. We trade it in for trust. We trade it in for joy. We trade it in for all of these feelings of accomplishment. Oh my gosh, I did it. I am capable of doing what I said I was going to do. And what a wonderful feeling. When you start to do that, your confidence grows. And then guess what? You want to do it again tomorrow, because that feeling is way more enjoyable versus the feeling of regret. And regret will kill us. All right, so we have stop focusing on the finish line. Your health journey is forever. Set realistic expectations for yourself and really look at the amount of effort and the percentage of your current routine that you are willing to change. Does it match the goals that you've set? Long-term consistency. Just to don't stop squirreling to the next shiny thing. Stay focused on what you are going to do. The monotonous tasks, the getting sleep, the checking off your water, the moving your body, the exercise, the, not eating your kids' scraps, the meal prepping. I know meal prepping isn't fun. You can bulk prep. Just always have protein in your fridge. Air fry chicken, cook up a bunch of ground beef or ground turkey. Just have it in containers so that you can put together meals quickly. I know that it's not fun, but guess what? It is so easy to stay on task. So those are the things, like just stay consistent. Motivation is BS. You don't need it. You should stop relying on it. Stay disciplined. Do it every day because you want to become this person who once your habits become a part of your identity, it's no longer hard because it's just what you do. It's who you are. It's no longer, oh, I have to muster up. No, it's just who I am a meal prepper. I'm somebody who cooked that. For me, it was for so long. I don't meal prep. I don't like it. I don't even know how to really cook. This is like too hard. It's overwhelming. It's so time consuming. No. Sure, could it be in the beginning? But once you do something, guess what? It becomes part of your identity, becomes one of your habits. Then it's just who you are. It's just what you do. That's what we're creating. We're creating habits that then it's no longer hard. It's not hard anymore because it's just who you are. It's what you do. Regret. Trade in the regret for confidence because you now do what you say you're going to do. You have a contract with yourself that I have these goals that I want to reach and I'm willing to do what it takes, and I'm no longer self-sabotaging. I'm no longer, will I be tired? Yes. Will there be days that it's hard? Yes. Will there be days that it's not fun? Yes, but you're going to keep going anyway because you know that the end result is worth it. The next 24 hours are the only thing that matters. How do you win the next 24 hours? One last thing I want to say about weight loss is your weight will fluctuate. Your weight will fluctuate no matter what. I know that the days that there are weeks when I go really hard at the gym and there's I'm really focused on just weight training and I will try and increase my weight. So the weeks that I increase the weights that I'm doing, I am so sore. You get on the scale while you're sore, your muscles are full of this, I'm going to say the name wrong, but it's like something. That when your muscles tear, it fills in with this stuff, you are heavier. If I get on the scale tomorrow morning after I just lifted heavy weights this morning, I will be heavier. You have your cycle. You go through a cycle, you are heavier. You're bloating. There's so many factors that go into the scale that we have to stop looking at it as like that is the God of our value and look at it as data. What does the data show us? Take measurements. I can be heavier on the scale and thinner on my measurements. Take measurements. Take photos. The best thing I did was take photos. Track your progress with photos because you will see the changes. You will feel the changes even if the scale is not moving at the rate that you want it to. So we have to take the power back from the scale. Stop using the scale as sole source of me reaching my goal, and start utilizing photos, measurements, and feeling. How do you feel? Because that is the goal, right? To feel. It doesn't, you could be so happy even at your current weight if you just feel better. And how do we feel better? By what we fuel ourselves with. What are we thinking? What are we saying? What are we eating? All of these things affect us. So don't let the scale dictate your emotions. If you're doing the work and you're showing up 24 hours at a time and you're winning these days, I promise you, you will start to feel the changes, see the changes. And I encourage you to track it more than just the scale. Find the joy in becoming your best self. If I can give you one piece of loving advice, just find the joy now, where you are here, knowing that you are working so hard at that person that you want to become. Speak life and kindness to yourself for showing up and doing what you said you're going to do. Have confidence in yourself, because the more you show up, the more confidence grows. I love you all. I appreciate you guys being here. This is my jam. I really love you guys. I appreciate you joining in on this with me. And I look forward to this whole month and just really growing. I know we have, certain physical goals, but I am really excited, and I hope that you will take this information and really think about it and start to look at your journey as not just I want to get here, but as I want to enjoy the process of getting there. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your Saturday. I'm around. I'm going to do some painting because my other joy in life is painting. I paint way too often. So I'll be around if you guys have any questions. If you guys ever want to chat or connect outside of here, give me a shout. I can help you with goal setting. I can help you with your routines, whatever it is. I am here for you. That is my goal, is to provide as much value and resources as I can to help you become your best self. Because when we take care of ourselves, we become a better wife, we become a better mom, we become a better person. We're just all around happier, healthier, and that is the goal. I don't want moms overwhelmed. I don't want them burnt out. I want you to enjoy being you. I will talk to y'all soon. Thank you.